Welcome to e-lesson on demultiplexer, universal shift register, 555 timer as astable and monostable multivibrator, plus type ADT converter, analog to digital converter, presented by B. Venkateshwarlu, senior lecturer. A DMUX is a digital switch with a single input source and multiple outputs and destinations. The select lines determines which output is connected to input line. So demultiplexer it has a single input and 2 to the power of n outputs, whereas n is a selection line. If selection lines are 2, then outputs are 2 to the power of n. So we can say that the demultiplexer is a digital switch. It will connect the single input to many outputs. 1 to 4 DMUX having a single input and 4 output lines. So which output line is connected to the input line is depending on the selection lines. DMUX types 1 to 2, 1 selection line, 1 to 4, 2 selection lines, 1 to 8, 3 selection lines, 1 to 16, 4 selection lines. Here data from the computer, it is connected to the many output lines. Here 4 output lines, 1 to 4 DMUX. It is having 2 selection lines. Here the output lines are, one is scanner, fax machine, printer, and printing and recorder. So one of the output line is connected to the computer, that is depending on the selection lines. DMUX is a combinational circuit that performs reverse operation of a multiplexer. It has single input, n selection lines, and maximum of 2 to the power of n outputs. The input will be connected to one of these outputs based on the values of selection lines. Since there are n selection lines, there will be 2 to the power of n possible combinations of zeros and ones. So each combination can select only one output. Demultiplexer is also called as DMUX. 1 of 4 demultiplexer. 1 to 4 demultiplexer has one input I, 2 selection lines S1 and S0, and 4 outputs Y3, Y2, Y1 and Y0. The block diagram of 1 to 4 demultiplexer is shown in the following figure. It has a single input I, 4 outputs Y3, Y2, Y1, Y0, and 2 selection lines S1 and S0. So we can say that this is a 1 to 4 demultiplexer. The single input I will be connected to one of the 4 outputs Y3 to Y0 based on the values of selection lines, that is S1 and S0. The truth table of 1 to 4 demultiplexer is shown below. Selection inputs S1 and S0. Outputs are Y3, Y2, Y1, Y0. 00 means output Y0 is selected, so that outputs are 0, 0, 0, 1. If it is selection line or 0, 1, then Y1 is connected. Outputs are 0, 0, 1, 0. If it is selection lines are 1, 0, then Y2 line is high. It becomes a 0, 1, 0, 0. Then S1 H0 is equal to 1, Y3 line high, the outputs are 1, 0, 0, 0. From the above truth table, we can directly write the Boolean functions for each output as Y3 equivalent to S1 H0 I, which is equivalent to S1 H0 I into D in, Y2 equivalent to S1 H0 complement into I, which is equivalent to S1 H0 complement into D in. Y1 equivalent to S1 complement and H0 into I, which is equivalent to S1 complement and H0 into D in. Y0 equivalent to S1 complement H0 complement into I, which is equivalent to S1 complement H0 complement into D in, where D in is the data input or input I. So the logic diagram for the 1 to 4 demultiplexer, it requires 2 NAND gates, 2 NOT gates and 4 AND gates. Here we require 2 types of gates, one is NOT gates and AND gates. So we require 4 AND gates, 2 NOT gates. S1 H0 whose complements are given through the AND gates, through the NOT gates, and I is connected to each AND gate. So whenever S1 H0 is equal to 1, then I is connected to Y3 line. When S1 and S0 is 0, then Y0 is connected to the input line. If S1 is equal to 1, H0 is equal to complement, then Y2 is connected to the input line. So whenever S1 is equal to 0, H0 is equal to 1, then Y1 is connected, this Y1 AND gate is enabled, then I input is connected to the Y1 output line. The universal shift resistor, a resistor which can be used as a shift left, shift right, parallel out, etc., is called universal shift resistor. 74194 shift resistor can be designed to operate in 4 distinct modes. The universal shift resistor is reset when the master reset MR input goes low. The synchronous operation of the device is determined by 2 mode selection inputs S0 and S1. A universal shift resistor has both serial and parallel inputs. When H0 is high, S1 is at low, the shift right operation. When H0 is equal to high and S1 is at low. So that means 0-1 state, shift right operation. This is done synchronously with positive edge clock. In this mode, serial data is entered at the shift right serial input. When H0 is set low and S1 is high, then shift left operation is done in synchronous with clock. In this mode, serial data is entered at the shift left serial input. When both H0 and S1 inputs are high, parallel loading operation is done in synchronous with positive transition of the clock. The 4 bits of data is applied to the parallel inputs. When both the H0 and S1 inputs are at low level, then we have a in-bit clock operation. In this mode, the operation will be in-bit, the shifting data in the shift register. Mode of control selection, parallel load. When S0 and S1 is 1-1, the parallel load will be happen. Parallel load taken by the universal shift register. Shift right, H0 is 1, H1 is 0, then shift right operation will be happen. Shift left, S1 is high, S0 is low, then shift lefting data will be happen. So in bit operation 0 0, then parallel loaded data will be shifted. The operating mode, the operation truth table has shown the operating mode, the clock pulse, memory read, memory complement. In reset or clear state, clock pulse is don't care, MR is low, memory is resetted. I don't care about the selection lines. You don't care about the shift right, shift left, DR. Then outputs all are clear to 0 0 state. So it is shown that Q0, Q1, Q2, Q3 are all are zeros. In head or do nothing state, clock pulse is don't care, memory read is high, S1 is 1A and S0 is 1A. All outputs are Q0, Q1, Q2, Q3. It is having a previous state of the output. No change state. Shift left, when clock pulse is high, clock pulse is applied, or positive edge is occur. Memory reset is high. S1 is high, S0 is 1A, then shift right is don't care, shift left is high, then Q1, Q2 and Q3 output is low. So shifting data is left. If the DSL shift left right is high, H, then I bit is stored in the Q3. Shift right and positive edge, clock pulse arrays, memory reset complement is high, S1 is 1A and S0 is H, high state. Now DSR is 1, DSL is X, DR is X, and Q0 will be lower input, low input, and Q1, Q2, Q3 are Q0, Q1, Q2. That means shifting towards right side. Similarly, when DSR is high, H, a high bit is shifted entered in the Q0, and the remaining are shifted towards the right side. In order to load the parallel load, clock pulse is high, memory reset is H, capital H, S1, 0 or 1 1. You don't care about the DSR, DSL, and DR is DN. Automatically parallel load data with data D0, D1, D2, D3, parallel load data, and data will be stored in the register. Capital H means high voltage, small h means high voltage level on the setup time prior to the low to high clock transition. Capital L is a low voltage level, small l is a low voltage level one setup time prior to the low to high clock transition. DN or QN lowercase letters indicate state of the referred input or output one setup time prior to the low to high clock transition. X means don't care. The symbol arrow which indicates low to high clock transition. Note the high to low transition of the S0 and S1 inputs on the 74194 should only take place while the clock pulse is high for conventional operation. The logic diagram of the universal shift register as shown in the slide. It is a 4-bit register. It is constructed with 4 RS flip-flops. Their S inputs are inverted. Now it is a D flip-flop. All inputs are resetted with MR complement memory reset inputs. The clock pulse with OR gate, S0 and S1, which are connected with the AND gate and NOR gate, which is connected to the clock pulse, all the flip-flops. The S1 and S0s are NOT gates, are connected to the left side AND gates. S0 is connected to the right side AND gates. The S1 and S0 through the NOR gate are connected to the middle of the AND gates. The first flip-flop of the AND gate, which receives serial right shift register, shift right. The left side of the AND gate, DSL, data shift left. The parallel loading of the data D0, D1, D2, D3 are of the middle AND gates, enabling through the NOR gates it is connected to the flip-flops. Triple five timer. On the presentation we are going to discuss these topics: introduction to 555 timer, different applications of 555 timer, 555 timer IC pin diagram, pin details, internal architectural details of the 555 timer IC, types of 555 timer circuits, operation of 555 timer IC as a monostable multi-vibrator, and astable mathematical calculations. Introduction to 555 timer. The 555 timer is one of the most popular and versatile integrated circuit ever produced. It was first introduced by Hans or Kamenzind in 1970 and brought to market in 1971 by Signetix, later acquired by Philips. It is 30 years old and still being used. It is a combination of digital and analog circuits. It has been claimed that the 555 gets its name from the 5K ohms resistors used in typically early implementation. Typically it has 8 pins, but it is a various versions. Ultra low power versions of 555 are also available. It is known as a time machine as it performs wide variety of timing tasks. Variant ICs available include the 556, a 14-pin dual-in package combining two 555s on one chip, and the 558, a 16-pin DIP combining four slightly modified 555 timers. The 555 timer IC pin configuration as shown in the slide. The pin 1 corresponds to the ground, pin 2 is corresponding to the triggering input, pin 3 is the output, pin 4 is a reset complement, pin 5 is a control signal, pin 6 is a threshold input, pin 7 is a discharge, pin 8 is a VCC. Pin 1 ground, 2 is a trigger, output, 4 is reset, 5 is control voltage, 6 is threshold voltage, 7 is discharge, 8 is VCC supply voltage. Multivibrators. A multivibrator is a circuit whose output changes between two digital levels. Three types: bistable, two stable states, latches and flip-flops. Monostable, also called one shot, one stable state. Astable, also called oscillator, no stable states. So multivibrators classified into three. One is astable, monostable, bistable. Astable means no stable states. It is a pre-running multivibrator. It is an oscillator. It is a square wave generator. Monostable means one stable state, another is quasi-stable state. It is a one-shot pulse generator. Bistable means it has two stable states. So when you want to switch from one stable state to another stable, you apply the trigger pulse that causes it switch from one stable state to another stable state. Bistable multivibrator, when placed in either state, it will be stay therefore independently, won't spontaneously switch over to other state. Monostable, one shot, will stay in its stable state independently, but it is forced to other state, it will be spontaneously switch back to after a certain time. That is a predetermined time constant. The predetermined time constant depending on the R and C values in the circuit. Astable oscillator multivibrator, from either state it will not spontaneously switch to other state after a certain time. Resistors and capacitors. For monostable and astable multivibrators, timing is involved. A chief way to control timings is with an RC circuit. More precise way is with crystal oscillator. Resistors and capacitors are often used to control timing of monostable and astable multivibrators. Resistors and capacitors are often used to control timing of monostable and astable multivibrators. Therefore, the next few slides cover basic information about the resistors and capacitors that will study in EET 1150 DC circuits. Resistors are measured in ohms. Typical range from 10 ohms to 10 mega ohms. Value is coded on the body using a color code. Above green, blue, red. Above green, blue, red, 5.6 kilo ohms. Schematic symbol resistor. capacitor are measured in farads. Typical values range from 10 picofarads to 1000 picofarads. Value may be printed directly on the body using a numeric code and a schematic symbol as shown. Polarized capacitors. Most capacitors are not polarized. It does not matter which way you insert them in a circuit. Some capacitors below are polarized. Body marking shows which end is negative. Capacitor charges and discharge. Charge and discharge curves in the series RC circuit as shown in the slide. The capacitor is charging exponentially when the supply connected to the capacitor through the switch 1. Switch 1 closing the circuit, that causes the capacitor is charging through the resistor R. When switch is connected to the point 3, then the capacitor is discharging through the load R. So the capacitor charging with the time function is shown exponentially charging and exponentially discharging as shown in the slide. The capacitor charge and discharge for this series RC circuit on the previous slide, the time constant is equivalent to the product of R times C. The time constant equivalent to Rn R dot C. This time constant is measured of how quickly the capacitor charges. Rule of thumb, the capacitor is fully charged after about 5 time constants. One shot or monostable multifarad as a device with only one stable state. When triggered, it goes to its unstable state for a predetermined length of time, then it returns to stable state. In most one shots, the length of the time in the unstable state TW is determined by external RNC circuit. The trigger pulse RNC circuit, the outputs Q and Q complement of the flip-flop. The output when trigger pulse is applied, it will change to a high level. Output is Q is changed to high level. After a unstable state of TW, then after a predetermined length of time, it comes back to low state. The low state is a stable state. Whenever trigger pulse applied causes, it will jump to unstable state of high state. After predetermined time constant, it will come back to original state or low state, that is the permanent state. The 555 timer as an astable multivibrator can be configured as a basic astable multivibrator with the circuit shown. In this circuit, capacitor charges through the RA and RB. It discharges through the only RB. So the 555 timer, the capacitor is charging through the RA plus RB from the VCC supply. But the capacitor is discharging through the only RB. The time high, time low and frequencies are given by the time low is 0.693 RBC, where time high is charging is 0.693 RA plus RB of capacitor. So the frequency which is equivalent to 1 by T low plus T high. Given the components, we can read the frequency from chart. Alternately, you can use the chart to pick up the components for desired frequency. So, capacitor and picofarads and ohms of resistance 1 kilo ohms, 10k, 100k, 1 mega ohms, 10 mega ohms. The corresponding frequency is 0.1, 1.0, 10, 100, 1k, 10k, 100k of frequency. Here RA is connected between the pins 8 VCC and pin 7. RB is connected between pin 6 and 7. Pin 2 and 6 are tied together, and pin 4 and pin 8 is tied together, plus pin 3 is the V out. Pin 5 is connected with the capacitor of 0.01 microfarads. Pin 1 is grounded. The capacitor is connected to the pin 6 and pin 1. Inside 555 timer IC, a RS control flip-flop. It has a reset input and output to pin 3. One more output Q complement, that is having a transistor, and discharge pin 7 is connected. Pin 1 is voltage divider grounded. Pin 8 is VCC, so resistor R. Pin 5 is control signal. Pin 6 is threshold, which is having a comparator, threshold comparator, and lower pin between pin 2 and trigger comparator. The voltage divisor blue has 3 equal 5k resistors. It divides the input voltage VCC into 3 equal parts. The two comparators red are op amps that compare the voltages at the inputs and saturates depending upon which is greater. The threshold comparator upper saturates when the voltage at the threshold pin 6 is greater than 2/3 VCC. The trigger comparator lower saturates when the voltage at the trigger pin 2 is less than 1/3 VCC. The flip-flop's green is a bistable device. It generates two values, a high value equal to VCC and low value equivalent to 0 volts. When the threshold comparator saturates, the flip-flop is reset and outputs low signal at pin 3. When the trigger comparator saturates, the flip-flop is set and the output is high signal at pin 3. The transistor purple is being used as a switch. It connects pin 7 discharge to the ground when it is closed. When Q is low, Q bar is high. This closes the transistor switch and attaches to pin 7 to ground. When Q is high, Q bar is low, open the switch and pin 7 is no longer to grounded. There are 3 types of 555 timer circuits: monostable, astable, bistable. In monostable, one shot puts one shot puts out one pulse at each time as the switch is connected. So it is a one pulse generator. Whereas unstable multivibrator puts out a continuous sequence of pulses. The capacitor is charging and discharging continuously. Monostable multivibrator pin 7 receives 2/3 VCC. The triggering inputs receives VCC by 3, 1/3 of VCC. Pin 4 and pin 5 is pin 4 and 8 is VCC is connected together. RA is connected to the between pin 8 and 7 discharge. Capacitor is connected between ground and pin 6 threshold. And control capacitor 0.01 microfarad is controlled between the pin 5 and ground. In the diagram you can see that we have connected resistor RA between supply voltage pin 8 and threshold voltage pin 6. Also threshold and discharge pin 7 is shorted. A capacitor of capacitance C is connected between threshold pin 6 and ground. The function of the capacitor is to suppress noise and deliver energy during transition time of the output. Between the control voltage pin 5 and ground, that is pin 1, the capacitor capacitance 0.01 microfarads is connected. Operation. We know that if you leave a capacitor alone, then the capacitor will discharge gradually. So initially we can consider the voltage of capacitor C as a 0 volts. Now to start the sequence, we apply a negative trigger pulse voltage shown in the red color in the left side. When the trigger voltage goes below VCC by 3 voltage level, at the time in lower comparator, positive pin voltage becomes a negative pin voltage. As the positive pin is fixed with VCC by 3 in 555 resistor network, and negative is connected to the trigger voltage, so that output of the comparator CL become a high. Now fourth point, now we can see that the output of the comparator CL is connected with the S terminal of the SR flip-flop. So we know that if we give S is equal to 1 and R is equal to 0, SR flip-flop, the output becomes a Q is equal to 1. That means the flip-flop is going to set for 1, set for logic high. And Q bar equivalent to 0, which starts with the output signal connected with Q portion shown in red, and it becomes high as shown in output graph at the right side of the picture. At the same time, the capacitor C starts to become charged through resistor RA and VCC as shown in the upper left side of the picture, and continues up to voltage level 2/3 VCC. Suppose the capacitor takes time t to reach the voltage level 2 by 3rd VCC. So the output remains I during this time period t shown in yellow at the output. And during this period, any trigger voltage is applied in the trigger pin will have no effect on the output. Now the capacitor reaches the to voltage level 2 by 3rd VCC and exceed the voltage at the time in the comparator Cu. The positive pin voltage becomes greater than negative voltage level as the positive pin is connected with the capacitor and negative pin is fixed with 2 by 3rd VCC voltage. Here we can see that the R pin in SR flip-flop is connected with the output of the comparator Cu. So the input to SR flip-flop is S is equal to 0 and R is equal to 1 and output is Q equivalent to 0. That means it is a output reset to logic low level. Then its complement Q bar is equivalent to 1. As shown in the picture, Q is QIA connected with a output, so output becomes a low shown in green color in the output graph. Again we can see that Q bar is connected with gate of the discharge BJT bipolar junction transistor whose collector is connected with the capacitor C and emitter is grounded. So if the gate voltage is 1, then gate opens and capacitor discharges through the capacitor and becomes 0 volts as it was initially shown in capacitor characteristics graph. Now the whole circuit in the stage as it was initially. Now if we give another trigger pulse, a trigger pin, then the whole sequence starts again. By this way the 355 timer works as monostable multi-vibrator in which we get regulated time output volts for each trigger voltage. The graphical representation shown, the trigger voltage, a trigger pulse is applied negative pulse. When it crosses VCC by 3, the output jump from low to high. After predetermined time constant, when the capacitor charging from 2 by 3rd VCC, then automatically the pulse is, the output is jumping from high to low. Now the capacitor is discharging. When the capacitor discharges, the pulse is, the output is, the 355 timer output is low. Again, when you apply a trigger pulse that causes capacitor charging and output becomes a high. Again, whenever the capacitor discharges, the output Vs becomes low, jumping from high to low. So by this way, one shot pulse is generated from the monostable multi-vibrator. The mathematical calculation we can see in the slide. The equation in charging of the capacitor is equivalent to E is equal to capital E 1 minus e to the power of minus t by RAC. Here E is equal to capacitor voltage, capital E equivalent to supply voltage, E is equal to base of natural logarithm. Now the voltage across the external capacitor changes exponentially from 0 to 2 by 3rd VCC is given by VC equivalent to VCC of 1 minus e to the power of minus t by RAC. At a time t is equal to capital T, VC equivalent to voltage across the capacitor equivalent to 2 by 3rd VCC. Therefore, 2 by 3rd VCC equivalent to VCC of 1 minus e to the power minus capital T by RAC. The 2 by 3rd VCC and this VCC get cancelled. 2 by 3rd equivalent to 1 is equal to 1 minus e to the power minus T by RAC. Capital T is equal to 1.1 RAC. Therefore, when the output is high, the time interval becomes T high equivalent to T. The applications: for the 555 timer include bounce free switches and cascade timers, frequency dividers, voltage controlled oscillators, pulse generators and LED flashers, sawtooth generator, pulse width modulator, pulse position modulator, frequency divider, missing pulse detector, metronome, bicycle light, sweeping frequency siren, voltage inverter, voltage doubler, running rotating light generator, infrared remote control, frequency voltage converter, power alarm, dark detector. Flash type ADC. Flash type ADC is based on the principle of comparing analog input voltage with a set of reference voltages to convert the analog input voltage into digital signal of n-bit output. 2 to the power n minus 1 comparators are required. The following figure shows 2-bit flash type ADC. Here it requires 3 comparators. 2 to the power n minus 1, 2 bits means 2 outputs means 2 to the power 2 means 4 minus 1. So 3 comparators are required. Additionally 2 AND gates, 1 exclusive NOR gate. The V input is divided with resistors. The first resistor R and R. So the first node which is having a 3 by 4th V, the second node which is having a 2 by 4 V, the third node which is having a 1 by 4 V. The analog voltage is converted into digital bit 0 and B1. The 3 op amps are used as comparators. The non-inverting inputs of all the 3 comparators are connected to the analog input voltage. The inverting terminals are connected to set of reference voltages V by 4, 2V by 4 and 3V by 4 respectively, which are obtained using a resistive divider network and power supply plus 3 volts. The output of the comparator is positive saturation logic 1. When voltage at non-inverting terminal is greater than voltage at the inverting terminal and is negative saturation otherwise. The following table: analog input conditions and comparator output status. And digital output. The digital outputs are B1 and B0 and comparator outputs are C1, C2, C3 and analog input conditions are when Analog input condition is 0 is less than or equal to V in is less than or equal to V by 4. C1, C2, C3 equivalent to 0, 0, 0. Digital output is 0, 0. When V by 4 is less than or equal to V in is less than or equal to 2V by 4. Comparator outputs are 1, 0, 0. Then bit is B1 is 0 and bit B0 is 1. When analog input condition is 2V by 4 is less than or equal to V in is less than or equal to 3V by 4, then C1, C2, C3 equivalent to 1, 1, 0. So bit B1 is 1, bit B0 is 0. When analog input condition is 3V by 4 less than or equal to V in is less than or equal to V, then comparator outputs are 1, 1, 1. Then digital output are 1, 1. Consider first condition where analog input voltage Vi is less than V by 4 in this case. The voltage at the inverting terminals of all three comparators less than respective voltages at inverting terminals, and hence the comparator outputs are C1, C2, C3 equivalent to 0, 0, 0. These comparator outputs are applied to the further coding circuit to get the digital outputs as B1, B0 is equal to 0, 0. Similarly, the digital outputs are calculated for other three conditions also. Advantages: it is the fastest type of ADC because conversion is performed simultaneously through a set of comparators, hence referred as a flash type ADC. Typical conversion time is 100 nanoseconds or less. The construction is simple and easier to design. Disadvantages: it is not suitable for a higher number of bits. To convert analog input voltage into digital signal of n-bit outputs, you require 2 to the power of n-1 comparators are required. The number of comparators required is doubles for each added bit. Thank you.